It's been quite the emotional journey that's led us here to this pivotal day and to this very moment where here we have Carl Clutchen, who is the Easy Idol number 15 racer and is most likely the final new Cars 3 stock car to be released, and as well, most likely the final stock car ever to be released. I know it's pretty dramatic, but it's also really sad. I mean, we've gone through over 10 years of stock cars between the two movies, and if you want to include the Cars 2 Racers as well, but we are coming to a close. Of course, Easy Idol number 15, besides Apple, of course, is the final sponsor for Mattel to release a stock car of, and his name happens to be Carl Clutchen, probably one of the most well-known stock cars at this point because of all the anticipation leading up to his release. Now, this may be null and void if they eventually release the Cars 3 Apple stock car, but I really doubt that. But anyway, now let's just get right into the review. We gotta celebrate this day. We gotta celebrate this review. Of course, we have his nice art there. I really do like it. And you have the desert blur in the background. He is in the Piston Cup Racers series. Of course, Piston Cup, Coches de la Copa Piston, and that is Spanish. I assume the middle one there is French. You just have one name there. Sometimes they put multiple ones on the name tag depending on how it translates into other languages. Like on the back here, you know, you have Carl M. Bragam and Kappa Katane. That's kind of weird. And of course, Piston Cup Racers, you don't have a description, just said in many languages, even Arabic over here. And there you have a picture of Lightning McQueen, Bobby Swift, and Cal Weathers devastated after being beat by Jackson Storm. And you just have a loose picture of Carl Clutchen and then a bunch more legal jargon. Now, I know a lot of people will be looking to acquire this stock car because first of all, he's amazing. And of course, he is the last one. However, of course, Mattel's got to make it hard on us by only so far releasing his case in Europe. Oh my gosh, I know, right? It's terrible. And it's been only in Europe for months. Like, I have to say, like, at least 2.5 months, this case has only been available in Europe. But hopefully for the Christmas season, you know, Mattel will ship a whole bunch of cases to the US, Australia, Canada, everywhere. So everyone gets a shot at this awesome racer. And of course, he's not the only new car in his case. There's also Sadeep, the yellow trainee, Adam Park, who is Carlo Veloso's pity, metallic scavenger hunt Dino Drafsky. Look at that shine. And last but not least, or maybe he is least to you, Christoph, the green trainee. So I will review these guys eventually. However, I need to have 2 of them to open. And I know I'm petty about it. You guys may not like this about me, but since they are only available in Europe and they're pretty rare, I like to have 2 of them so I feel secure opening one. And yep, as you can see, there's my second Carl Clutchen. So I got the first set. I got like him and the ones I just showed off eBay for $90. And then I got him and Ryan Shields, who is another new one to this case. However, you know, he's been released before, but on this package he's new. I got these for just like $30, so not too bad. Shipping is what really kills it. But yeah, I'll be opening him up. You know, he looks great. I can't wait to, you know, let him breathe. Alright, so here is Carl out of the package, and he looks fantastic. And let's just get right into it by starting with his appearance in Cars 3. So I'll put some pictures on the screen. He obviously didn't speak. He was just kind of in the background most of the time. But, you know, since he is a stock car, that means he got replaced some point in the movie by the next gen racer. And that happens to be Harvey Rodcap here. And he was released about a year ago. I'll put the link to my video in the description, as well as the card suggestion in the top right corner. And yep, this was the guy who replaced Carl ever so sadly. But, you know, it's just kind of the natural course of careers. You gotta get replaced, especially in racing. And now another kind of weird thing about him is that his number from Cars 1 to Cars 3 changed from 51 to 15. So this is Ruby Ezio, so we'll just call him Ruby. He's the Cars 1 racer, and they flipped the number. I mean, it's like almost an error. You're like, whoa, wait a second. It looks so similar, just flipped. But they did this on purpose because, very important here, guys, they wanted Dinoco Cruz Ramirez to take on the number 51 because she was honoring Doc Hudson, and Doc Hudson's number was 51. So it's kind of weird since, you know, Dinoco Cruz never really raced in the movie, but they're like planning out for the future, which I think is awesome. It's like, you know, they wanted 51 to be available when Cruz started racing, which I think is awesome. You know, it makes a lot of sense. And so, yeah, they just decided to flip Carl's number to 15 so Cruz could honor Doc Hudson's number 51. They flipped some other numbers as well, or I shouldn't say flip, but they changed. Like, you know, you have Billy Oil Changer for Octane Gain, number 58 in Cars 1. And you have Bobby Swift, 19. Like, whoa, what happened there? Such a big difference. But you have the next gen here, who's also 19. Now, this is Danny Swervez, voiced by Daniel Suarez, who is a real-life NASCAR driver, and his real-life number is 19. So they decided to change it there. And it also carried over to the stock car as well, so they wanted to be consistent throughout, you know, one movie. And they did the same thing for Vitaline and Transberry Juice. Now, getting onto the review here of Carl, we'll do side-by-side comparisons with the other racers, but mainly just the stock cars since they are the most similar. So, he has a nice smile, looks good. He's got the Bobby Swift model, as I just showed. Their expressions are the same, just with different eye colors. You got the smile, you got the grill, whereas, you know, Bobby Swift does not. Connects the two headlights there. 15 beneath the right headlight. He's got vents on either side along with those white stripes. His hood, you got the Easy Idol logo there. A warm start to a cold morning. So very similar to how it was in Cars 1, except now the logo is a little more 3D. It's got a gradient to it, a shadow, so just to make it look more modern. Whereas before it's, you know, it looks retro now. It's supposed to. I mean, it's 12 years ago, 12 and a half. He has black rims with the black Lightyear tires, which is what he had in Cars 1. It would be kind of cool to see him with like white or blue rims, but that'd probably be a little too much blue. Of course, you do have Lightyear on the fenders there. I also like this like square blueprint pattern that goes throughout him. I don't know what it's supposed to like symbolize. You know, maybe if he was like racing for a construction company, that makes sense, but he's not, so I don't know. His contingency sponsors are the Piston Cup Vitaline Revolting, RPM, Nitroate, Octane Gain, and Clutch Aid. That yellow stripe down there is to signify to the pit crew where to lift him up at to do work on the bottom or, you know, change the tires. He has some dots there, of course, number 15 now, which has got like a blue outline, just maybe black. You know, black gradients, and then you have the white outline there as well. You have some like white stripes. They're kind of like icicles or like shards of ice, and it looks kind of cool. You know, you have them here almost as if like they're spraying up from the tires, and then they stop at the 15 and continue back here. Cool design. On the roof, you have 15 again with the roof flaps, window bars there. Easy Idol, which this is the really new logo because there's nothing behind it, you know. So you have like it start darker here, I think. Yeah, there's like blue and then fades to white. A warm start to a cold morning. You still kind of have like the blueprint design there, you know, kind of carries over there with the lines. You got some more cool gradient stripes and everything. This looks like a ribbon over here, Easy Idol, gas cap. On the back, you got the blueprint again. I really wish I knew why they did this. It looks good. Just don't know what it really signifies for Easy Idol, the product. You have the camera there as well, which, you know, obviously videotapes what's going on behind them to broadcast on TV for some cool shots. And then we got the slogan again. And I really like how they take advantage of this slogan. I think they really like this slogan because a lot of them from Cars 1 to Cars 3, they actually just got rid of, or if they didn't, they only used it like one time on the car. For this one, it's used like 7 different times, so I think that's pretty cool. And of course, they did like use that ice shard effect over here as well. Just much simpler, you know, there's not multiple colors. It's just blue and white. Warm start to a cold morning there. Easy Idol, the black. And then just like fonts on top of each other, which they didn't really do here. Same kind of deal. You got the slogan on the bumper. So out of all the stock cars, these stayed pretty close to, you know, what they were before. Although still a decent difference, but nothing like Vinyl Toupe where it changed drastically. And now comparing him to the next gen, there's not much that's the same, you know, except for the colors. He now has like this gunmetal gray though. The Easy Idol shape of the logo and the font stayed relatively the same. The number is the same. But other than that, you know, it's very, very different. He's got like some sort of weird shape within the white space there, which maybe is supposed to kind of be like that blueprint again, although I'm not entirely sure. There are the spoilers. And yep, they did officially get rid of the slogan. No more warm starts to cold mornings, no more. So that is pretty much it for Carl Clutchen. Now Easy Idol has a pretty big team, or at least I have a pretty big team for Easy Idol, because I've been able to acquire some canceled Easy Idol releases. Back in 2010, they were planning on releasing the entire team, Hauler, Crew Chief, and 3 Pitties, but they all got canceled, sadly. Fortunately, though, in 2009, they did release this Pitty, although they included wrongly colored tires, which is kind of sad, but, you know, oh well, we'll take what we can get. This is one of the canceled Pitties that was supposed to come out in 2010. I like him a lot. Here is the canceled Semi. I'll probably do videos on these in the future, but just showing you guys now. This is one of my favorite cars ever here, actually. And then here is a custom, or a factory custom, Easy Idol Crew Chief. And then I have another Pitty back there. A unibody. Notice how this one's a unibody, and this one has that mouth plate there. You can see the crack. So yeah, thank you guys again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I knew that as soon as I got my second one, I'd have to do a video on it, because in my live stream the other day, you guys were like, please review and please open them up. So here it is, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time for another video. Probably be Dan Holland or some special project I'm working on. We'll see how fast I can get the project out. But anyway, bye now.